What is up, YouTube? Faster Hobidon here, and today we're gonna do another review of IDW issue 31 of Sonic the Hedgehog. And this is where we last left off. The heroes basically won. The metal virus is over, so it's time for celebration, as this little cover here is shown. And we'll reverse recap. The heroes have overcome the impossible. Zavok is defeated. Eggman makes his escape. Sadly, though, Omega has been kidnapped, mostly. Sadly, in that part, and Shadow failed to rescue him. And we learned that our blue hero is in Blaze's world, in the Soul Dimension. So yeah, that's basically pretty much what happened. And where we last left off, we see that we are in Blaze's palace, and she is answering questions to our favorite blue hedgehog, who happens to have amnesia. And I really love the classy personality here. I think this version of Sonic, I think he's just trolling here, amnesia or not. And great to see other Mobians, not really Mobians, anthropomorphic characters in Blaze's world besides koalas as the guards. We see a rabbit Mobian, a rabbit anthropomorphic as maids, while the koalas are guards. It's great to see the background of her world and her castle, as she's trying to help him regain his memory of what happened and what caused him in this situation. I guess, and trying to help him remember who he was. Sonic replied as he doesn't remember. He's afraid he doesn't, and he remembered being called Mr. Needle Mouse, which is a fun name. That was his prototype names when they were developing this character back in 1991, and that's a nice callback, and I really love that. Blaze is trying to figure out what in the world just happened. We go back to Sonic's world, where Amy Rose is in the Restoration HQ, and she is overworked here, trying to get everything straightened up and settled. She missed the days of the adventures, and Jewel comes in to help her out. As they talk a few, Jules wants to help out with the restoration, the paperwork, and Amy appreciates all the help, immediately getting her back to work right away. Jules, what have you gotten yourself into? As we cut off to the next panel, we see Tails and Tangle rescuing the Skunk Brothers, Rough and Tumble. And as they get him out of the hole, I really like how Rough is like, that's just not fair, because he's very sensitive that his tail got cut off in later. We learned that his tail was cut off in later issues, which is kind of a nice add to his character. And they want to know why. Next panel shows why are they helping them out. Tails replied that Sonic and his friends just saved the world and decided to give the world a second chance. Hopefully, if they would change for the better. But sadly, these guys are like, you are saying basically, no, we ain't changing for the better. We're still gonna be our evil selves. And I love how Tangle and Tails are saying, so they're gonna go to jail one day, right? Tails replies, if they get out of the mines. Yeah, these guys are not as bright in the head as they usually are. I really like the little comfort that Tails and Tangle are saying to each other, saying that not that our favorite blue hero is, missing, but we all know he's not missing. They comfort each other that they'll do the best they can to keep this world safe. And Tails is kind of sad that Silver left, as Silver heads back to the future. We see a glimpse of Silver's future, a futuristic city, and it was hinted in colors that his world was a brighter future in a futuristic world. And I really love to see this futuristic city, because we don't see much of his future, because most fans think his timeline is always in ruins, in rubble, and fiery, like 06 was. So this is basically Silver's real future. And fans on Twitter are telling me, is this Onyx Island, like in the Archie comics? I don't think it is. I don't think this is Onyx Island, because I don't think they'll take the concept from Archie into the IDW. If they do get the chance to add the Satyam and the Adventures of STH come into the series, they're going to have to introduce them in a different way. I would love to see them how they introduce them, but I'm glad we get to see a glimpse of Silver's future, just like we saw a glimpse of Blaze's world and her castle and where she lives. Meanwhile, we get to the next panel where Eggman has Omega saying that, and he got a new body for him mostly, as Eggman is installing him and saying that he's going to use him as a member of the Eggman Empire once again. Omega's still ranting insults, saying satisfaction of destroying you will be at 90%. And Eggman saying that he's going to be a tool of his destruction. Omega replies, satisfaction more 100%. He's still cracking jokes. I really love Omega in this. Eggman and Orbot and Cubot go through their reports. Eggman wants to know where are the Deadly Six. Orbot reported that most of the Deadly Six are scattered on the planet, because yeah, they're kind of stuck on the planet now. And Zabak is basically locked up. I'm sure this doesn't have to worry about our favorite Mad Doctor here. Orbot wants to know whatever happened to Starline. Eggman says he doesn't want to get through that right now. He doesn't want to talk about that right now. Hopefully, speaking of Starline, he's somewhere in an old workshop. I'm guessing he survived the fall. And Starline's replying that if Eggman could see his ways, he acknowledged the Mad Doctor and still praises him despite being fired and thrown out. And he noticed how powerful our favorite blue hero is, but notice that how reckless he is. He's gonna go up against the Blue Hedgehog and our favorite Mad Doctor. But I'm guessing he's gonna set his plan in motion, because they are working on a mini-series for this guy, for Starline. Meanwhile, we get to the Chaostix, where they are as busy as ever as detectives, as Vector is getting a lot of phone calls and missing cases and paperwork for SBO, and Charmy's helping out. Vector, I really like this Vector moment here, Sid, saying so many missing people cases. It kind of makes me miss the days that we couldn't find work. As we get a knock on the door, we see Cream and her mother wanting to show support and helping out. And Vanilla, which is Cream's mother, made desserts for the three chaotic members. And knowing Charmy's excited for candy and sweets. I say keep those away from him for now. That kid probably has a sugar rush. And all the Vector and Vanilla shippers out there, I blame Sonic X for this. Sonic X started that shit. It was never canon in the video games. They just teased it here. It's just Vector being a nice guy here, because he's a softie. And I love this little anime moment saying... Vector is giving the thumbs up, saying, okay, we should get a break. The phone rings, and we see those anime sweat tears going like... I love those anime art. I love this art style. I really do. Vector is complaining that he won't be able to get a break because of all the cases. Vanilla decides... we're going to help you out with this. Gimral will help out as well. Cheese and Chocola will do so as well. And Cream is being as helpful as always. She is adorable in this. As the Chaostix take their little break. Meanwhile, we cut to Shadow. Rouge has been trying to find Shadow as he finds him alone in Forest Hill. That's another, I don't know, a toned down version of Green Hill. Rouge talks to him, said, you are a pain in the butt to track down. She replies that the bad guys are in hiding, but probably not causing any trouble. Shadow's brooding as always. Rouge is saying, are you even listening? Shadow replied, yes, I am. Shadow, thinking about the day when he got infected, saying that when Sonic told him to run, he thought running was out of cowardness. He realized he was telling him to run off the infection was actually a warning in case he ever gets infected. He's telling him to run so he can burn off the infection so he can continue fighting. Shadow here, understandably understanding his mistake, and he understands that he regret making that mistake, knowing that he owed him one. He owes him one and one day he's gonna have to owe up to his mistake to him, and then we want to see more of this Shadow. They finally fixed his. Thank you, Ian Flynn or Evan Stanley. You fixed his personality, how he's supposed to act. It's a start. We get to see Shadow actually acting more understandably and not as edgy, because I really hate fans treating him as an edgelord, which is what he's not. He was never an edgelord. He was just a quiet hero who takes his job seriously. And I like this little moment where Rouge and Shadow are together here. Fans really love Rouge's face expressions in IDW, and I can see why. Rouge implied they're going to be setting up a party in Spring Hill Town, and saying that he's invited. Shadow replies that I'll pass. And of course he would. And as we cut to this panel of the heroes in Spring Hill Village, we see the heroes celebrating their victory against the Mad Doctor's Metal Virus, knowing that our favorite blue hero will make a return, which we all know. We see a glimpse of the Team Babylon Rogues, as Jet the Hawk is saying they should build a statue for me. I'm the one who helped out as well. Wave and Storm enjoying the party as they're having dinner, as they replied, dinner and a show. Whisper doesn't trust the Babylon Rose because keep in mind they did try to rob Jules' workshop, and Tango saying that to lighten up, they did help us out in the end, so everything is going smoothly. And judging by this little panel here, very loud noise, I'm guessing Tangle and Whisper are not happy to see. We see the Mad Doctor with a giant robot that resembles Omega trying to kill the heroes, as he wants to kill off the heroes right here, and that's where we ended off in issue 31. So that was issue 31. Eggman is up to his old tricks. Like I said, he's going to use Omega to kill all of Sonic's friends, but we all know that's not going to happen because, heck, they kind of spoiled it with other future issues along the ways. So next issue is issue 32, how our heroes are going to overcome this problem, and how our favorite Speedy Blue Hedgehog is going to make it through this. How is Sonic going to make it out of Blaze's world? Maybe Blaze is going to help him out a bit. So, what were your thoughts on this issue? Did you enjoy it? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, take care, have a great day, be safe, and most importantly, stay frosty and stay healthy out there. Catch you all later.
The number you've dialed is no longer in service. Check your telephone directory or the information operator for the correct number and go to hell.